Everybody, and welcome to what is now our third premiere. Can you believe it? 3 weeks since I started this nonsense. However, I really like it. I like the format. I like that I get a whole week to make the premiere video, and while the premiere is airing, I get to chat with you guys, and it's great because I'm getting to know a lot of you much better than I ever did. So I'm really happy about that. I hope you like it too. So today we're going to, I made this one envelope. I did post a picture in the group. It's a really big envelope. It measures 8 3/4 by 6.5, so it's quite big. But I want it to be the bottom of a stack of 3 envelopes. They're really useful actually for shoving in a journal or even happy mail, anything like that. I wouldn't really recommend sending it in the post because there's very limited room for your address. But kind of looks pretty, I think. I really like it. So I thought that we'd make another 2 to go on top of it, and all kind of the same family. I think I want to keep with having these. These are called, by Tim Holtz Ideology, they're called portraits. And what I've done is I've gone over it with some of Tim's embossing glaze, which comes in all different colours, but it's not opaque, so you can see through it, which is excellent. This is a range of texture paste. I'll take you through that, and everything else I'll show you what I did. So there we go. So to make the envelope, I'm going to use my envelope punch board, and it tells me that for the size I want, the next in the stack if you like, I need to cut my paper 10 1/8 inch square, and the first mark's at 4.5, and you need blooming good eyesight to see that, may I say. So I've put my first one in, just punched it and moved it round, and now I'm going to put it in. Just follow around the 90 degrees as you go. Make sure you've got it right on the line. Bunch it out. Make your mark. So today as I make this, it's Wednesday, getting on for 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and you may wonder why I've been so tardy this week in getting any videos up, but I can tell you we have been working so hard. We bought some new drawers in the week, big enough to house 12 by 12s, which is always my bugbear with drawers. I can't get my 12 by 12s in them. I do have one set that holds 12 by 12s, but it's full of Timmy stuff, and I have other 12 by 12s I want to store. So yeah, we got those, and then the almighty clear out, clean up, organise, sort out started. If there's one thing in life I hate, it's that. This doesn't look like it's absolutely right, but we'll see. We'll see as we go on. I don't think that's exactly right, but we'll see. Okay, so that's that. I'll just pop that to one side and just carefully fold this over. This isn't Timmy paper. I unearthed some 12 by 12 pads that I had that I don't think I've ever seen before in my life. And some of them were suitable for these sorts of projects. That is just not in the right place. I just need to punch that out again, I think. I don't know why it's not quite right, but it's not. The merest little bit out can make a big difference. Let's see. Yeah, that's better now. Excellent. So I'll keep that because I just want to work out which way's up. Now for the first time in my life, which way's up? So they are the short ones. That is going to be the long one. I'm just going to trim off this little fluffy bit there. And that's going to come down there. Yeah, that's nice. I like that. Fairly nondescript. And I'm just going to use my envelope punch board just to trim off, round off should I say, that corner on the top. So that's me finished with the envelope punch board until it comes time to do the next one. So what I'm going to do now is put that there, fold the edges in, fold my bottom up and just make a pencil mark there where they cross, there where they cross, trim that off. There we go. Now there's some serious inking needs doing. Don't know why I've been slightly off with my punching, but it's not the end of the world. We have scissors. So I'm just going to ink around everything, and I'm going to use vintage photo in the ink. I don't want to use the distress, it's just a bit too heavy. So I need to ink around the entire thing, then around the insides. It's another beautiful day here. I don't know what we've done to deserve this. I bet you later in the year we have to pay for it, but it's absolutely stunning out there. It's a real sparkling day. It's very unusual for us to have weather this warm at the best of times, but to have such a run of it. I think we must be into the second week by now. And every day you think, oh well, that was lovely, but I bet it's going to be rain tomorrow. And no, more lovely sunshine. So I'm not complaining. I don't like it, you know, when it gets terribly warm. I remember going to Cairo at one stage in my life, and that was just, oh my goodness me, that was terribly warm. But we're not getting up to those silly temperatures. Right, I'll fold everything in and ink around here. So we've got all the windows and doors, well not the front door, it's closed, but back door's open. Catkin thinks it's his birthday because he can go in and out as he wishes. So far he hasn't brought us any gifts, which he does quite regularly. He's got a bit of a thing about moles. I have no idea how he catches moles. I haven't got a clue, because to my knowledge they don't come above the ground. But he's caught 3 that we know of so far. So, fortunately he doesn't eat them, he just wants to bring them home to show you what a good hunter he is. And you know, they're always, well, when I say they're always dead, unfortunately some of them aren't. Some of the little mice and stuff. And that's the problem with having the back door open, that he comes in with something that's alive, lets it go, and we don't know that it's even in the house. So anyway, you know, cats will be cats, that's all I can say. So that's inked around all of that and all of that. Yeah, we're all inked up. Right, so let's that's the wrong end, this one. So let's just glue that closed. You can, if you want to stitch around it, now's a good chance to stitch around it, but I'm not going to stitch around mine. I'm just going to get my glue. So yeah, this morning Mr. F had to go and buy some groceries. The fridge was empty, and I stayed here and tried to make sense of some of the piles of paper and card and stuff. I've got so much stuff, it's lunacy, and yet I still feel that I need more. Don't know why. It's a disease. So I'm just gluing up here, and we can fold that over, and there we have it. There's the makings of our Lovely envelope. Very nice, that colour, actually, I like it. So now I'm going to use a stencil, this stencil actually, and it's the one that matches this one, it's the same one, but I want there to be some continuity between them, so I'm going to use the same stencil. And I'm just going to put it in a similar sort of place to where I had the other one. So I need my palette knife. I'm just going to pause there for a minute and ask Mr. F if he'll just move in a little bit. Okay, that's better. You can see what I'm up to now. So I'm using Distress Texture Paste. It's matte. I'm not sure if this has been superseded by, he had a real sort of day of reckoning of all his mediums and pastes and stuff, and the new ones have got a label on the lid, so this one mustn't be new, but it still works and it's really nice actually. So it's very light and it dries. Ooh, I've obviously been using green at some stage. It dries really quickly as well, which is great. So just get some on the back of your spatula. I'm just using a rose stencil. Can't even remember where I got it from, but any stencil that you like will do. I'm not sure how far across I want to come, maybe not that far actually, but I'll show you what to do if you get it somewhere that you really rather wish you hadn't. I haven't got my stencil tape down or anything like that. Just hold it down will be near enough. And then just skim over it like that, and then off. Right, so I've still got stuff on there. If I was finished, I would go straight to the sink and wash that. So I'm just going to go up that edge with my spatula, palette knife, whatever you're using, and I'm just going to take off the bits that I don't want while it's still wet like this. You can do that quite effortlessly. Just tidy it up a bit like that. Yeah, that's fine. I like that. I think that this is a bit thick and it's probably coming a bit far over as well, so I'm going to remove that and then just clear up my media matte. Yeah, like that. That's lovely actually. And then I'm going to come in from the other side. I don't want to come too far in or too far down. This is nearly finished, my texture paste. Oh no. Yeah, I'll come down to there. Might be a little bit too far, I don't know, but I like the look of that. Okay, 1, 2, way. And same thing, this is a bit splodgy here, so let's just take that away. Let's clean up down there. Clean up aisle 5 and clean our media mat, put that into the pot like that, and quickly put your lid on because it goes off very quickly, this stuff. And then what you need to do is have some patience, let that dry. Honestly, if you've got weather like we have, it really won't take long, 10 minutes maybe, something like that. And in the meantime, you need to wash your stencil and your palette knife, because if you don't, you'll regret it. You'll have a bumpy palette knife, which nobody wants that. So yeah, like that. So I'll see you very soon. Okay, so that's almost dry. Honestly, it's been no time at all, really. So what I've done is I've selected, because I used the portraits, they're called, on this one, I want to use one. Well, 1 or 2, but I think 1's probably going to be sufficient. So I'll pop her down at the bottom there. I think that'll look nice. I think she'll look nice there. I do also want to leave a bit of a space to you know, just put like a false sort of place to put your address. So let's get busy with this one first. Piece of paper, just a piece of scrap paper, and all I'm going to do with it is just use the embossing glaze just on the roses around her neck, not anywhere else. That will be sufficient, I think. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, I'm going to dust her over completely in case she's got any fingerprints or anything on her that the embossing glaze will stick to. There we go. This smells so nice. Smells like babies. Babies. And I've got my embossing pen out. It's lots of companies do this. It's a dual nib. One's very fine and one's a brush. Well, I don't know if it's a brush. It might be a bullet actually, but it's quite thick. So I'm going to use the fine line a bit and just make sure that I get all of that rose. I don't really want to come outside the lines either. So just around the edges there, like so, and this little one here. Trying to get the petals without getting anything more if I can. There we go. So that should be okay. So let's pour our embossing glaze on. This is Tattered Rose. Have a look at it. I think that's okay. I might just let's get a brush. Get a brush. This brush, any brush will do. There's just a bit there that I've overstepped the mark. So I'm just going to take that off because it won't look very nice if we leave it. There we go, that's fine. Put my embossing glaze away. And put the lid on because you know what I'm like. It'll go everywhere. So let's emboss her. Well, let's emboss her roses. It's kind of hard to spot this stuff when it goes off. It doesn't really, you can't see much of a change in it. So just be patient with it. And I'll have a look and see if it's gone. I'm not sure that it has. It does go shiny when it's gone, so you can tell that way. Let's have a look. Still not sure that's gone. Come on. Part of it's gone. There's just a bit here that hasn't gone. There we go. And that's it. That's it. You could see it when it suddenly, when the background suddenly became visible. Okay, so I think that's fine, but what I want to do now is, because these are quite glossy, yeah, that's done, is I want to go over it with Frosted Crystal. This stuff from Ranger, it's an embossing powder. It's called Frosted Crystal Antiquities, and it makes anything that's shiny go really sort of matte, which I like. It fits in with the overall vibe. So I've got my Distress Embossing Ink out, and I'm just going to press all of it into that. This is the way I do it. I'm not saying it's right. Definitely I'm not saying that. Have a look at it, see if it looks, just give it other once over again, as I don't want bits. Bits that I've missed, they become very obvious. I'm sure that's fine now. Put this on. You probably won't be able to see it actually, the difference, but trust me, it does make a difference. There we go. Put this back in. I've learnt my lesson from times gone by that you have all witnessed. Oh dear. There we go. Heat her up. I love this, it just ages it. It's just gorgeous. And I like the idea of having a highlight done in one of the embossing glazes. And the reason I'd use embossing glaze over any other embossing powder is they're translucent. So I can still see all the details of those roses, which if I use an embossing powder you wouldn't, it would just be solid. So that's why I opt for the distress ones. Is that gone everywhere? I think so. So she doing it all again. I'm just giving it a quick once over. So it does feel a bit grainy, this stuff, but that's just how it is. There we are, I'm sure that's fine. So yeah, there we are, we've got her, and she's nice and dull now. She's not shiny. She's not a shiny person. So, great. Right, where's our envelope gone? Here it is. So she is, blimey, that glass mat's warm. She is going to go there. Now I could put her up a little bit, but I'm encroaching on this space that I want to keep clear. And we were just doing something anyway, just to fill in the time till this was dry. So it's all going to come together nicely. Now I've got a little bit of coffee stained paper here. It was an entire receipt book actually, and I just, well, myself and Mr. F plunged the whole thing into a coffee bath until it was sodden wet, and then with this nice weather we capitalised on it and we stuck it out onto the washing line. And yeah, this book, we did 3 in total, but this one completely fell apart. All the glue with all the liquid just fell apart, so we had to dry it on the windowsill outside. That's fine because it dried fine. So I just want to work out what size I want this to be to fit in there. I don't want it massive, that is for sure. About there maybe, I think. Let's fold that over and try it and see what it looks like. I want the plain side, not the ruled side. Yeah, I like that. I think that's about right. I think that'll be fine. Excellent. So what we need to do then is cut that off. I don't know what Mr. F's doing, but he's doing something like repairs, which is quite worrying because we never do things like repairs. There we go. So I need to ink all the way around here. Get my ink board. Once again, I'm just going to use the Distress Ink in Vintage Photo. I think that colour is dark enough for what I need. I'm going to hold this tightly because it's all crinkly at the edge. and very, very thin. As you can see. But that's okay, I quite like that effect. Oops, see how thin it is. I thought it might be quite nice to back journal cards with and things like that. I didn't envisage ever sort of having to ink it on its own because it doesn't stand up terribly well, as you can see. But anyway, let's have a look at the stamp situation. So I've got these ones out. That's actual stamps. I want one of those. And then this is the correspondence one, which I probably want some of. So last time, where's my little stamp block? Here it is. Last time I used this one. This time I think I'll put US airmail because I could put postcard. Yeah, I'll put postal card it is actually. I'll put that on. See if I can find my little stamp platform. Here we go. Here we go. Right. There we are. Put that back in with the stamps. Get my little board that Mr. F made me to stamp on. You can see it's well used, well loved. Yeah, I spent a long time today cleaning off my bench and my desk here, and once again within, I don't know, 20 seconds of starting to film, it's just rammed again with things, stuff. There we go. I've just got a little, where's my towel gone? Oh, how's my towel gone? Oh, it's over there. Mr. F, you couldn't reach my towel, could you? I'm fenced in now. I'll explain to you in a minute what's going on here. Thank you. Mr. F found at a charity shop one of those bed trays, you know, that people who aren't well and stay in bed and that sort of thing.
Table, not a tray.
Yeah, table, it's a table. So now, I'll just explain to you, on this side, on the left side, I've got a bank of drawers. Behind me I've got a bank of drawers, got my desk in front of me, and now to my right I have a bed table. So I am completely fenced in. But that's alright, I don't need to get anywhere, and if I do, I can move stuff, can't I? Move it. Let's just stamp that off. Better than getting it on my fingers. Lovely. I've lost the stamp set. Right, and the other thing I did with that was I put some lines on it to kind of denote halfway, a bit like a postcard sort of thing. So let's get the ruler out and the fine liner. Actually, I'm going to use an even finer liner than that. Oops, what was that? My pokey tool. Oh well. I'm going to find where halfway is. Thanks, Mr. F. Ta.
You're welcome.
So halfway is there. Right, let's do that then. Let's just put that there. And there. Square there. So I'm just going to draw not a very thick line and not overly straight either. Well, straight, but still a little bit wriggly. And I'm going to start here about 7/8 of an inch from the top and just draw a little one that would say 2, and then I'm going to allow myself 3/8 of an inch to come along there. Another 3/8 of an inch. Where's my line? There. Just so it looks, you know, like postcards when you buy them, they've got that bit filled in for the address, the lines on it. I mean, it's never going to look authentic, but I'm trying. And one more should see us done. There we are. So they're really just very light lines like that, but I quite like them. I think it's worth doing them. So next thing we need to do probably is stick that in place. No, before I do that, I'm going to actually colour. I'm going to colour this, and then once I've coloured it, it will need a minute or two to dry. And I'm hoping that this paper can stand up to it, because I'm not altogether sure it's the same pad that I had yesterday. Right, so what the colours that I've opted to use are Rusty Hinge and this one, Vintage Photo. I used Prize Ribbon on this one, and it's lovely. I love the blue and yellow together. But well, I don't know really. I don't know whether I should have used a pink. I'm a bit deficient in the pink spray department. That's the problem. And that's why I picked up Rusty Hinge. And it does go with her thing. Yeah, okay, let's do that. Let's do that. So I'm just going to get some blue roll and put that down behind it because I'm going spraying. I'm going to hide her and my postal thing out of the way because I don't want to get any spray on that. I'm trying to be tidy. This is me trying my hardest to be tidy. Right, so here we go then. This has got a bit of a leaky lid, although it doesn't look too bad now. Used to be terrible. So I'm just going to spray down through my texture paste like that, and I'm going to put a little bit of vintage. This is terrible, this stuff, it comes out like a bullet. Yeah, like that, which is not really what I want. But anyway, we have water, so let's see if we can move this lot around a little bit. That's nice. Probably needs just another little bit of Rusty Hinge up there. Let's just move that a bit. So now I'm going to put some Rusty Hinge on and kind of leave it, which will just sort of exaggerate some parts. That was a bit more than I wanted. So don't forget, you can move it all the time. You can move it even when it's dry. You can go back in with water if you want. Yeah, I quite like that. I like this Vintage Photo there, I think. Has that got enough? Has it got enough Rusty Hinge? That's the question. Let's come back a bit. Yeah, I like that better. Yes, I like that much better. It's got some definition to it now, that's better. Right, so let's go for the other side. So back into here with the Rusty Hinge. Let's come down a little bit off, a little bit up, and then in with a vintage photo. I'm sure I've got enough. Mr. F, can you do me a favour, please?
Yep.
Can you have a look in Andy
Yeah.
and see if there's another vintage photo spray? I think there is. It's just this one knows no half measures. It's either all or nothing.
Vintage photo.
Vintage photo, yeah.
Yeah.
That one knows no bounds. He's just putting his mending tools away. Actually, on the TV stand, it's got sort of double doors underneath it, and one of the catchers hasn't been working for a while. I think that's what he's been fixing, which is brilliant. He's been very busy this last couple of days. Thank you. I'll give that a try. Thanks a lot. Oh, is that the one I handed you back?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really leaky. Sorry. Sorry, I should have said. Let's try this one. Oh, it's just as bad, really. Okay, oh, look at this. Let's get some water on here, see what happens. Watch the magic happen. Ooh. I'm not using oxides on here. I don't want to do any fancy, you know, splatting it with water and picking it off. I just want that, what I've got. I love it. That's great. I'm just going to go in again with the rusty hinge. Are you rusty hinge? Yes. Just a little bit more up there. That's lovely. Great. Right, so now I need to leave that to dry is for the best, but it's going to be quite a while. I need to wash my hands as well. I think that's the vintage photo. That's the rusty hinge. So I'll give it a start with the dryer, but then I'll leave it for a minute or two to dry off. Oh, that looks so nice. I love it. And when I've stopped, I'll pause you and I can get all this stuff that I'm not using put away. You don't want to apply too much heat to this texture paste because it'll bubble up, which can be an effect that's very nice if that's what you're after, but it's not what I'm after, so I'm just going to let it really dry by itself. Just put a bit of heat into it there and let it dry by itself. It won't take long.
Swapped out your lid for a new one.
Oh, did you? Thank you. Right, I'll pause you there then, and I'll see you in the very near future. Right, this is now dry, but a disaster, an absolute abject disaster has befallen me, inasmuch as I decided to open it up and put it over something to let the air circulate, and what's happened is I've torn it. Can you see? I don't want to make it worse, but the tear is there for all to see, and I don't want to leave it. So what I'm going to do is going to mend it. It's obviously the day for mending things in this house. So I'm going to get some washi tape. I'm just going to smooth that down. And I'm going to put some washi tape, maybe along that whole crease actually, because I think it looks a little dodgy. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So look at my basket of washi tapes. I've collected them all together. It's brilliant. There's that one, that's nice. These are predominantly Timmy stuff, not all Timmy stuff, but mostly. What's that one now? Yeah, this one will do fine, I think. It's going to be visible, but you know, it's going to be visible. So what? Yeah, I washed my hands, got rid of all the ink, and then I picked them up to move them and got covered again. So right, I'm going to just see if I can start right in that corner where it's dodgy there, and just come along that crease there. And it goes to about there, so let's trim that off. This side hasn't torn, but I don't want it to either. I'm just going to get this and push that in and under there. There we go. So that should stabilise that tear. Oh, I nearly died when I saw it. I sort of wailed, oh no, and Mr. F came running, what's the matter? I've torn my emblem. Oh, so it's critical. Right, that's fine. That will definitely have stabilised that. So I'm just going to trim that little bit off there and fold that in, give it a bit of a crease. There we go. You can't see that there, but you can see it. You know, what can I do? Not much I can do. We'll see when I get round to decorating that part if I can actually do something about it. You never know. Things like that are a possibility. So this wants to get stuck on about there, I'd say. That looks pretty good to me. So what I'm going to do is use my glue stick. This is so fine that I think anything other than glue stick would just show up, and that's not what I want. This is good glue stick anyway. It was recommended by Julie from Camellia Crafts, and if she says something's good, then it's good. There we go. So let's make sure we've got this square. Kind of like that, I think. Does that look square? Oh, I don't know if that looks square. Come off before you get stuck on. I'm going to get my ruler out. Honestly, I haven't got a straight eye in my head. I like it where it is at that side. Come off. So I'm going to make it the whole width of the ruler up and put it about there. Kind of doesn't want to move this because it's so light. Have a look. I think that'll be fine there. It is higher than I thought it was going to be, but I'm all right with that. It's okay. Right, now then, in this stamp set that Jen and Mike kindly sent me, there is a tiny little array of dots, and it's really useful for making things look a bit old. So I'm going to use my vintage photo, and well, I could put it on a block, couldn't I? No reason why not. So I'm just going to put it on this little block and just dot it here and there, and you can't really see it, but that's kind of the idea of it. You want it to look old, aged. So just around the sides, particularly in the corners, it seems to be where things get more aged. Keep twisting it, otherwise you'll get the same print again and again, and do your ghost prints off it as well, so you get darker ones and lighter ones. So I don't know if you can see that. You can see some of it, I think. It just makes it a bit more interesting. So I'm just going to carry on, do some little bits up here, nothing too much, and certainly nothing regular, because that kind of defeats the object of the exercise. I think most of this bit's going to be covered. Stop! And let's put that away before I lose it, because it's a really useful little stamp, that. There we go. And it came as sort of a twin pack with this stencil, which is lovely. It's a lovely gift. Thank you. Right, okay, so now we can, I think, well, we can think about where she's going to go, and I think she's going to go there pretty nicely. I like that. Now what I have looked at is this. It's I think they're called transparent things, and it's this butterfly, and it's a rectangle, as you can see, and it's got text on it. Now I don't particularly want the text, I just want that butterfly, and I'm thinking that he can go about there. But I quite like the idea of, on this one I stamped here, and I quite liked that, so I'm thinking I've got a rub on, which I think would be better than a stamp. This is one I've got left over from the 49er Market Curator's Meadow, because actually they were a bit too big for what I was doing. But this I really like, and I think that would go on there well. I have no idea how it will go over the roses, not a clue. That's too vertical, so I'm going to leave that. But I'm just going to cut this off. You just cut off the bit that you want. There's a pointy hand there, which I definitely don't want. I don't know why everybody has this attraction to those pointy fingers. I really don't like them, but they seem to be everywhere. Okay, so I've got that. So if I put that there like that, yeah, I think that'd be nice. It'll just come over there, and then I can decide whether I want to put the butterfly over the top. As I say, I don't know how I'm going to get on putting it over the texture paste, but we'll see. I'll give it a go. So I want that about there, and that's just going to come over that postcard nicely. Right, let's give it a go, see what happens. It might stick, it might not stick. It might turn out really ugly, in which case I'll cry. But you never know, do you, unless you try something. You just don't know. The suspense. The suspense. You probably can't feel it, but I blinking can. Let's have a look and see if any of it's stuck. Well, bits of it have. Let's just go over it as we're pulling it off. And then you can clearly see the bits that haven't stuck. You can go back over them. Couple of little dots there that I missed. I love rub-ons, I absolutely love them. I know you're sick of hearing me say that, but they're just glorious things. Because the stamp that I did on the other one, I couldn't get really good definition on it. So I thought to myself, what can I do about that problem? And I thought, rub-ons. I see some of you have been having a go on fabric, and they seem to work really well. I mean, the 49er Market ones definitely do, but I think Kyung used a one that she'd had since Adam was a lad, and it worked well. There we go. Yeah, that looks nice. It looks nice, I think. What do you think? I think it's nice. It's worked really nicely, actually. Okay, so we've still got our lady to place about there, I'm thinking. I don't know now if that butterfly is going to be the right choice for us. Because there's quite a lot going on in that background. Could move it up. I think it would be better balanced anyway if it was up a bit. Yeah, let's cut this out. Let's cut this out because I don't want the words, I just want the butterfly. Let's see what we've got. So it's still Wednesday here. I wanted to try and get something, as they say, in the can. Sound like a film star. I'm going to keep these words because you never know when you might need some transparent words. I love these transparent things. They're all gorgeous. I think there's two different sorts of them, and one's called transparent things and one's called something different. I can't remember, but they're all beautiful. They really, really are. They're lovely if you're making like a see-through window in a pocket. Oh yeah, they're gorgeous for that. But that's not what we're doing today. Wow, he's got a big head. Well, he's got a big body, I suppose, so you kind of need a big head. There we go. So as I say, I'm going to preserve that and see where this looks best. I quite like that there, so you can see the three. You can see the flowers there. You can't see those very well. What does that look like? I know you've got a glare on there. I can't work out how to stop it happening. That's not going to work, is it, you nana? No, I mean, all I'm doing is getting in the way of the camera. But you can see basically where it is, and I quite like that. Right. The other thing that I found when I was rummaging was this, which is the perfect colour, I would say, but I need black to go with it because, you know, there is quite a bit of black on here. So I'm going to make this do double or triple duty. It's a surplus list of collected seedlings. Now I think I could trim that off, and that would be a piece on its own. There, which might go up there along with this. Handle with care. I'm not saying this is the final place, but something like that. And then I've got this down here. Not sure how big of a piece I need. If we put that under there like that. So this is just, it's building a collage, guys, is what it's doing. We're just building a collage again. And that's going to go to there. I don't know, I need to find something black. I need to find something black. Let me just show you the problem, the size of the problem. This here, you can't see it all there. There it is. It's all little bits of stuff. Timmy stuff, Kathy Holden stuff, you name it, it's in here. Some quite nice bits on there, isn't there? If I'm not careful, I'm in danger of covering over that rub off entirely. So yeah, let's leave that for the moment. I've just got so much stuff, guys. I need to be making to get through all this stuff. Ah, there's something black. That'll do. That will do. No need to be fancy about it. So let's cut that along there. I don't know what this says, actually. I should read it first. I don't know, it doesn't say whole words, so I think we're okay. So if I were to put that under there like that, a little bit higher up. Yeah, I'm in danger of losing my rub-on completely, but you know, such is life. Come on, love. That's it. And a little bit of that there. Yeah. So I think I can cut that down that line there. That's the thing, you know, just because they come like that in the pack, that does not mean that you have to use them like that. You absolutely can chop them up, do what you like with them. Let's bring that up a little bit. Bring that, straighten that up, bring that across a little bit. Come on, butterfly, don't be awkward. Yeah, we are losing the rub on, but you know, that's the way it is. And put that there. What does that look like? It looks quite nice, quite like that. Looks all right. So the other one I had a flower on, and I had him stepped up. I've got a label thing under him, so I could step her up and put something underneath there. But that's moving everything up. I quite like her being down there. Leave her there. I don't know. I mean, what's wrong with that? What could be wrong with that? I quite like it like that, actually. I don't think I've got a flower in that colour. I'm pretty sure I haven't got one in this box of tricks. Having said that, you never know what you might come across. Got a big orange butterfly. No, that's not right. That's not even what you're looking for. Carry on. Oh, hang on. There's a flower that's peachy coloured. It's not quite the right peach, is it? No, I like the butterfly anyway, so I'm going to stick with the butterfly. Right, so I'm now going to start inking and sticking. So I'm going to ink this one first. It's kind of shiny, so I'm going to use this, my VersaFine. It's a bit of a waste of it, actually, to be honest, but the distressing just won't stick. This is bad enough. There we go, I'll leave that to dry. And then I want to ink around here, but I don't need my... Oh, I'll ink around this while I've got my VersaFine on the go. There we go, and then I can put that away and just use my vintage photo for the other things. This isn't going to show up greatly, but it'll show up a little bit. All adds to the aged appearance of things. Yeah, it shows up nicely. Lovely. I can't ink that, obviously. I'll ink this, and I'll give her a little... Oh, this is a bit shiny as well, actually. It's not as bad, to be fair, so it should be all right once it dries. There we go. Right. Yeah, I'm gonna just ink her from kind of the back. Well, try the front first. Yeah, that's all right. The frosted crystal allows you to just get a little bit of ink on there. There we go, lovely. That's excellent. Marvellous. Okay, let's pop those away. So, this is the first bit that needs to get stuck on. I'm just going to waft my heat gun over there just to make sure it's dry. Keep the acetate away from it. I don't know if it's heat resistant. I would doubt it, so... So that's the first thing we need to stick on. So let's get sticking. So which way? Oh, it goes that way. Okay. So I'm going to put that right up to where her face is, where her neck is, and just bring that out like that. Lovely. Okay, so that's fine. And then that's going to go there. So this is going to come along here. I think that's what we said. Did I want that up a bit? I don't know. I don't know, I can't remember. Well, I like that, so I'm going for that. This is definitely not Timmy paper, this. It came, Mr. F bought a job lot of stuff from a shop that does workshops. And obviously she gets a load of stuff ready for people to come and do workshops. And then it's too much to put them all away in the right place. So she just sells them off as sort of workshop, you know, not used, but cut up sort of thing, which suits me fine because I'm going to cut them up anyway. So there's loads of stuff. There was a lot of metal work and loads of stuff. It was really exciting. That's ages ago now. So that's that, and we're going to put that there. Just down a little bit, about there. Yep, like that. Okay, so I'm going to be careful with this glue. I want to put it a kind of a thin bead around the edge, and then where the black is, I'm going to put a little bit more, because hopefully you won't see that. So just around the edge, just touching that edge, and then a little bit more where the black is to keep it in place, a bit where his body is, and then the same thing with this wing, just a little bit around the edge, and then just where the black is, and hopefully that will stick him without him looking too glued. There we go. So he should be okay there, I think. He's gorgeous, isn't he? He's a lovely butterfly. Right, so now this lady. So we want her to go so that is right at the edge of her neck, like so. There we are. Oh, she looks beautiful. Lovely, that's her in place. You can still see all the roses and everything. It looks okay. Happy with it. Where's my long thin piece? So I'm thinking I'm just going to put that over the top of there like that, and then I've got my handle with care, which I could put, oh yeah, I could cover my faux pas. just about. Don't know if I get away with that really. Well, I'm darn well gonna do it. There we go. So I want that just tight on the top of there, I think. No, I'm going to bring it up a little bit and just in fractionally from that side. Just, yeah, like that. That's great. Just get my towel, stick that down. I've got a bit of seepage. There we go, there we go, there we go. Lovely. And that, I'm hoping I can get to cover most of that. If I put that there, like that. I think that'd be alright actually with the black. Yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. So I'm going to bundle these three up when they're done, and it'll be a nice stacked envelope Happy Mail for someone. There we go. I'm just going to get my towel again and press that down firmly. Put the lid on this, it's too warm to leave it open. Oh, is that straight? Yeah, I think so. So there we go, that's the front of the envelope done. I really like it, it's lovely. It's a lovely sort of rusty colour, and she just fits in so nicely to that. It's a shame about the rub-on, you can't really see it. You can see the bits, the grungy bits here, which is fine, but mostly I've covered it up. Hey ho. So that's the front, but on the other one I also decorated the back. So I just made a little collage, and this flower was from a tin set called Engravings, which is this. Layers engravings, and I'll tip them out so you can have a look at them. They're all that shiny stuff that all his layers are. So I'm just going to see if I can find one that I want to use on the back. That's quite nice. I quite like that. Or I've got a butterfly. That's kind of in keeping. Both of those are in keeping. There's loads with gentleman and name, book plate, some steampunky stuff, some car's nest, whatever, birdie, all sorts of things. There really is. And they're darn useful actually. I don't use them as much as I ought to. But I'm just having a quick bug. Ooh, big rose, look at that. Ooh, a big butterfly. I'll lay that out. That might be what I'm looking for. I don't know. Paint, flower, leaves, a tap, a typewriter, artist palette. You can see. You don't need me to narrate, I'm sure. Big flower. Small lady, large lady. Hydrangea. Yeah, so there's all sorts of everything, to be honest. Nice flowers, roses. Anyway, I'll leave those three out. Put these ones away. Oh, come on. Don't be awkward. He's big, isn't he? He's a giant. Right, so it's everything away apart from the, oh no, magnifying glass. Apart from the ones that I'm going to give some consideration to. So I just want a collage And it could just possibly even be these two pieces. It doesn't really have to be anything any more than that. That would be fine. That would be absolutely fine, actually. And then a butterfly. Now I can see now that that's probably just too big. So I've got this which looks like a moth. But I think that would be fine for the back. So let me put these away. You can tell I've had a sort out, can't you? Because I'm bringing things out that you've never seen before. Yeah, the other thing I've got is this butterfly. That's probably quite nice, you know, because I think that is very similar to that one. If not, in fact, the same. It is the same, just shrunken down a bit. Now, I'm not sure I like all that white. I might just chop that white off a bit anyway. It's just too much of an outline for me. For this project, sometimes the white can look nice, but I don't want it here. There we go, right. Okay, so that's better. That suits me much better. Right, so I'm going to put that about there, and this one goes that way, and it kind of goes like that. And then this is just going to go over the back, and I feel that that's absolutely all that needs. I really do. So let's ink this up, which I'm just going to use the Distress ink. There we go, and I'm going to have to get the VersaFine out to do this one. Just dry it off as well. So the collage on the back doesn't have to be spectacular or complicated or anything. It just needs to be sympathetic with what you've got on the front. Let's just go around the edges of this so you can't see that white card. There we go. Lovely. Right, let's get stuck in. I'm just going to dry this, make sure this is dry or it'll just smudge. That should be fine. I think, now then. So I'm going to put that there. And I don't want to involve this if I can avoid it, but I maybe can't avoid it. We'll see. I think that's all right. I don't think that... Well, let's see where the butterfly goes. I want him kind of half and half. Yeah, I'm not going to cut out for that. I think it's okay like that. So I need to carefully glue that in place. Where am I? There we go. Make sure it's the right way up. Just along there. Quite near the bottom. Lovely. And that's going to go there. Lovely, which is the right way? That way. Okay, so butterflies go in there. So about there then. about there will be fine. Just get my towel, press that down. Oh, I'm coming with a butterfly in a sec, so there we go. And I'm going to stick my butterfly on, and then that, I think, pretty much for this envelope is done. We have got one more to make because it's a stack of 3. Perfect. Perfect. Lovely. So that's the back. It looks really nice and it's in keeping with the front. Very definitely, we've used the same things, and that's the front. I'm not sure where you can see it, but that's about there, I think. So yeah, I like it. It's nice. So I'm going to pause there while I have a bit of a clean up and everything. Hi guys! You watched me make the middle size, and I had previously made the blue one, and I've gone ahead and made the smaller one. So this is the stack, 3 of them as I explained, all wrapped up with this beautiful twine that Janya sent me, and I'll show you them just briefly so as you see what I was aiming for. So that's the biggest one, the blue one, with the modelling paste down the sides, the flower, and a couple of giant people. I like that one actually, it's nice. And on the back we've got that little collage with a postal thing all the way around it, so that's nice, I like that. Then this is the one we did yesterday with a big massive butterfly, which I absolutely love, and I love him with these coppery colours. Rusty hinge, beautiful. And we put embossing glaze on the flowers around her neck to match in, and just a little very simple collage on the back, and I've filled them all with various coffee stained papers, so that goes there. And then this is a little one I've just done this morning in greens, because you knew I couldn't get out of doing 3 things and one of them not being green. So I didn't have any real kind of green ephemera of the right shade, so I had a sheet of card stamped and embossed special delivery on there so it would stand out. And then these flowers, the Timmy flowers of old, I think. I'm pretty sure Chestita sent me those ones actually. And then I've coloured the guy's cap and his bow tie to coordinate. Yep, I like it. Made the postcard thing same as the others. And then on the back I've just got a little collage going on, and inside various coffee stained paper. And that's my set of 3, and they get wrapped up with twine, and then I'm going to send them out to someone as happy mail. So thanks for watching me do that. I thoroughly enjoyed doing them. I hope you give it a go, and I'll see you soon. It's a blooming premiere. One of these days I'll get the hang of that. Hi, I'm back with my the collage section of the premiere. So this is my collage book. I'm dying to do something with that cover, but I'm waiting till the moment seizes me. So week 1, week 2. I quite like that, it's quite nice. They need a bit of fluffing up. This was week 3. Yep. And we're on to week 4. Now the background for this, if you want to use the background, you absolutely do not have to, is available in my Ko-fi shop. It's a free download. It comes with last week's one as well. So if you want to use the background, it's there for you to use. But as I say, do not feel that you have to. It's by no means mandatory. And if you make your own background, so much the better. So week 4, the prompts are die cut, flower, number, words and lace. And if I am brutally honest with you, this had me absolutely scratching my head. I've been pondering over it for a good couple of days, is what I will say. So I've cut out, die cutting flower just means to me cut out loads of flowers, which is indeed what I did. I cut out some in mixed media paper in case I wanted to paint them. I cut out some in red, I cut out some in black. So I've got quite a thing of die cut flowers going on here. The number, well, I just selected this piece. It sort of goes with the background, and I stamped 47 on it. 47 means nothing, it's just a random number, and I thought that I could use that. If not, I thought maybe that. I really don't have a clue here, not much of a clue. I was struck by all the red, because there's a lot of red there, so I kind of wanted to push that back, to be honest with you. Has everybody got the prompts? Can I move them? Quick, scribble them down. There we go. I'll bring them back on at the end anyway. And the other thing I did was I've got a die should I say, that makes this die cut, and it's a really interesting die cut. I like it. It's just in case you're interested, it's by Creative Expressions Craft Dies by Sam Poole, and it's called Shabby Basic Cheesecloth, and I really like it. It's a good size, you can chop into it, but when I cut it in the red card that I've got, you can see it's just too bright to go with this. It just doesn't. I probably could tame it down with a bit of vintage photo over the top, I'm not sure, but yeah, at this moment I'm thinking no, and I'm desperate now to try and push that red back. So I thought I would use some black lace. I've got this, I found it the other day when we're doing the giant clear up we've just done. Mr. F got it for me a couple of years ago now, probably, in a charity shop. It was a top. It had like a silk satin underneath to it, so I just chopped that out and I kept all the lace, because it was only like £1 or something, and look at it, it's gorgeous. So I've cut off a piece of that. It may be that I think I should have cut off more, I don't know. So I thought I could put that there, and that pushes that red, at least on this side, quite well back. So yeah, I like that there. I mean, the two choices I've got is there or there. That does push more of the red back, admittedly. I'll bring it back to there. It may be that I need black everywhere. I don't know. Anyway, I went looking through my bit box for things in black, and I'm very limited actually. I've got this. I don't know what make it is or anything, but I thought that I could put that maybe on top of the lace, sort of there, and push this red back. So I quite like that there. Yeah, so far so good. I've got my 47, which I'm going to have to be careful because I've got an edge here and an edge here. So I don't know where to put that. I'm loosely putting things on at the moment. I'll put that there, see what happens. And the other thing I've got that's kind of black is this, which I would definitely have said is black and white, but when you see it against other blacks it looks like a dark grey, but it's the closest thing I've got. But it's words out of a dictionary, so it definitely is words, which is what we need for here. I don't know whose paper this is, it's just in my box of bits. So I'm going to pop that under that 47, but over the lace, like that. Okay, so I can still see this bit of red. Yeah, that's okay, that's all right, doing all right. Now the other thing I've got are these field field notes labels. They were from Etsy, but I can't remember who. Might have been Saturday Stamper. And I think that's probably too big. I don't know. Might not be too big. Might be all right there. Yeah, but I want that 47 over that. Yeah, that might be okay. I'm going to have to seriously ink around it because it's been torn around by the looks of it. And I don't like this big blank space in white there. That's doing nothing for me. And the other thing I found was these tiny little labels. So I thought I could possibly put one there. Like so. Just because there's a confluence of 3 things here, and if you count this in the back, 4 things. So I just kind of want to bring that together a bit. And I've got nothing coming over here onto the lace. So I thought maybe I could put that a bit higher, like there. Yeah, I like that. And if I didn't like those, if I didn't think they were big enough, I got out my my frame stamp, which is bigger, and I could stamp something out, which I might do. I'm going to use this other field notes that I've got because it's the right colour, and I'm going to stamp that out with a red archival ink, Incarnation Red. Where's my little stamp block gone? Huh. Don't say things are getting lost already. I'll get really upset because I'm so desperately trying to keep this tidy. No, I've lost it. Yeah, that was my other option, but it doesn't go. It's the wrong red. Yeah, I don't know where my stamp little block's gone. Excellent. It's gone on the missing list. Oh well, I'll use my ruler. Mr. Ev's come to help, but to be honest... Oh, there it is, look. Where it should be. Just where it should be. That's taken me by surprise. Thanks, Mr. Ev.
You're welcome.
You're a trooper. Oops.
Super trooper.
I'm going to have to glue this on. Oh my goodness me. Tried desperately hard not to get any red or any ink of any kind on the inner bit. I mean, well, for me personally, I don't like it. Perfect. That is blooming perfect. Can probably get another one above there. Just kind of there. Let's give that a try. Oh, it's a bit on the wonk, but it's all right. It's okay. Let's just clean that off. Put it back in my box where it lives. Shocking when something's actually where it lives, you know, where it should be. So let's cut out this one. I'm not sure that I'm even going to use this, but I'll have it as an option, won't I? That's from the Field Notes set of stamps. Which I would have said was the best set of stamps ever, but the new one that he brought out, which I think, well, newish, which I think is called Eccentric, is every bit as good. And the correspondence is good as well. Those are the best 3. But he did say when he brought the Eccentric out that he was never going to bring any more of those out ever again, because I suspect they're quite expensive to produce. So I can put that up there. Maybe I could have that on top of it, who knows? Like that, yeah, I quite like that. bring it into view would be a help. Bring it down. Yeah, I think that's okay. We've got red. Maybe that would be better up there. I've now got my triangle, and you know I like my triangles. Yeah, I need to stamp something in there. I also need to stamp something on there. That's just too much, but we'll get to that in the fullness of. So now I've got the flower debate, the great flower debate of 2023. Do I use black? Let's try the daisy. Everybody who knows me will be going, yes, of course you're going to use the daisy. So yeah, I like that. And maybe something else alongside it. Whoops. Whoops, whoops, whoops. Maybe that. What does that look like? I think that looks alright. Yeah, I do actually, it looks okay. Let's bring that out a bit. Yeah, I like that. I need to stamp on there and stamp on there, but let's try the red ones just for the sake of completeness. So I've got a red daisy here, Daisy Duke. And I should have one the same in red. They're awkward to move around when they're not glued down. Oh, that goes further down, that goes to there. Well, that's quite striking, really. I quite like it. I'm going to defer until I've got everything else glued down before I make the decision. You could never accuse me of being overly decisive. So that's that there. Right, okay. So, okay. Let's get things inked up and hopefully stuck down. Just going to take a photograph. No, it'll be alright. Fatal last words, fatal. Let's just ink around things. The lace at the back is the first thing really that needs to be stuck down, but we'll get there in the fullness of. My whole collage book is quite grungy. Yours doesn't have to be at all. You can go on a prettiness charm offensive of prettiness. It's just, I'm kind of doing what I like. And I hope you are too. I hope you're not being swayed by anything I'm doing. You know, do what you like. You guys have been posting just the best pics in the group. Fabulous. Really, really good. I'm heartened to see them. And not all of them are grungy, not all of them are pretty. Nice smattering of both. Right, this has got little bits. I think I must have torn this edge. Probably on purpose, but not very neatly. So anyway, we'll get a nice inked edge off it. I could stamp on there as well if I wanted. This probably isn't going to show up a whole lot. Oh yeah, I don't know, shows some. Of course, if you've made your own background, you'll be able to ink, if you want, every piece of the background that you put down as well, so you'll get a much more cohesive look really than I've got going on. So I haven't put next week's in the coffee shop yet. Truth be known, I haven't made next week's yet. And sometime very soon we'll be flying on our own with no background. Right, so I want to stamp in there. I've got this one that says shake well before using. And the reason I laid that out was because there's quite a lot of ink. So I could get quite a lot of red on there, and I think I'll do that. Here. So I'm going to stamp in red, because I don't want to block all of the red out. And pop that on there, hopefully straight. Yeah, look at that. That's nice. That's nice. And I was going to stamp something in that. Where have I put it now? Oh, here. In this one, but not using red. I'm going to use black to stamp in there. And I don't know what I'm going to stamp. I don't know. Let's put that there. I don't know is the honest answer to that. Looking for some sort of numbers or something. Or maybe words. Maybe words would be better. Who knows? Quite like the look of that one. That one will do nicely. So, dropping things. Oh my life, these glue sticks are so ridiculously tight. So right, let's stamp this out. In there. Perfect. Great, right, so that's everything inked that we said we were going to use. Yeah, the other thing I thought about was this piece. It's the right red. That's a different red, but it's the right red for there. So I'm just going to ink that, and we'll see when we come to putting the pieces on if it fits or it doesn't fit. I must say this has been the biggest head scratcher of all the collages we've done so far, in as much as there was so much red at the back. And you know, the complementary colour to red, as I've told you a million times, is green, but we've done so many green ones. I wanted to do something different, so I thought I'll wheel out the black, see what that does. So right, I'm going to stick that down there. So I'm just going to put some glue where it comes to and up here. Just spread that out with my finger, stick it down, and down here the same thing, and stick that down. Right, there we go. We made a start, and I've got sticky hands. We have been so busy this last few days, honestly, it's ridiculous. Shunting pieces of card from one place to another. Is it 12 by 12? Is it A4? Which drawer is it going to go in? Oh my goodness. I've had enough. Fed up with it all. I need to put some brown ink on here. That is just too much. I'm just going to come over there a little bit. Just dull that down just a bit. That's better. I don't think you can see this, but just in case you can, I'm just going to distress it. There we go. Yeah, that's much better. Yes, that suits me well now. I like that. So I'm going to put that up there. That's definitely going there. Let's stick it down then. Okay, let's stick it down. I wonder if most of you are keeping yours in a journal or a book or loose leaf or what? Oh, upside down. Upside down. I'm standing on my head. Just want to be able to see that word album in a little bit into there. I think that's all right, because I think a book, I think it's going to be lovely to look back on. Even now, the few that we've done, I really like looking back on it. Right, so now, yes, that's going to kind of go there, and this is going over the top like there. Now the question is, do I want to stamp on there or not? I don't think so, but it could possibly do with a signature or something. Let's have a look and see if I can find some stamps. Yeah, here we are. Here's the signature stamps. These are the Kathy Holden ones called, tell you in a sec. Oh. Sign here. Yeah, sign here, and there's a load of signatures down here. So all I need to do is select one. Let's have N. Edwards. Why not? And these are new, so they should be sticky. And I'm going to do that in brown. Vintage sepia. Because I think black would be just a little harsh. I'm going to put that along the bottom there. It's like he's signed it into the inventory. There we are. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? That is nice, actually. Let's stamp that off. Pop that back where it belongs. I am determined to look after these stamps. They're new and lovely. Right, at the top we've got species. Now, hang fire, because I have other stamps. Where did I put them? I might have put them down here. Yeah. Oh, things falling out left and right. Oh. Right, here we are. Here's all my creative expressions ones that I've been saving up. Let me put the Kathy Holden one away, because otherwise we'll get into trouble. We'll get all confused. Now this stamp here, which is Creative Expressions by Sam Poole, is called Butterfly Walk, CEC 957, Butterfly Walk, and it's got some cracking words on it. It's got grow, observations, collector of beautiful things, notes, specimen, seeds, and surely one of those words is going to fit us. That's just a varied sort of background stamp. That's my darkroom door numbers. This one is called CEC 1029, Snippets of Nature. That's nice, that would look nice on there. So would that mushroom actually. Find me where the wild things are. There is a garden in every childhood, an enchanted place where colours are brighter, the air softer, and the morning more fragrant than ever again. Yeah, maybe. Then this one that is called CEC 1031, Meadow Beauty, and it's just gorgeous. There is poetry among the wildflowers. Nature is painting for us, day after day, pictures of infinite beauty. Indeed. And that one's just kind of a journal notes, it's called. It's really nice. So I'm going to go back to this one that's got the words in it. Look at this, I've got them all in a poly bag, and I'm pretty sure the poly bag came from Jen and Mike, so it's doing good duty. Let me just pop those away in there. So I don't know which word I want, to be honest with you. Oh, it's also got a stamp that says postcard. Didn't even know that. It's quite clearly there, but I didn't see it. I think I'm going to put seeds. It says species and then description. So I'm just going to put seeds for the description. There. Seeds. That looks good. And I haven't got a species or anything because I don't know what sort of species it is. And that's, I think I'm done with that. I think that's all right. Let's put seeds back where it belongs. Yeah, it's a really, really lovely. What do they say? Little flowers here that just got. No, I'm not going to be sidetracked. I'm not. Let's put that ink away. I think we're done with that. Okay, so where was I when I was rudely interrupted by myself? That goes there, like that, yes. And that goes on top of it, so we're all right there. Just, I'm going to have it just stepping out beyond this black bit, up above this red background piece and over this one. So that will be all right there. And then I've got this other black piece that goes underneath all of them, like that. Right, so making sure that's not a straight line there or here, you know, they haven't got any straight lines anywhere, so I'm going to glue that on next. It's another lovely day here. I can't believe it. Just unbelievable how nice it's been. So that's going to go there like that. Maybe just in a little bit. Yeah, that's okay. Like that. Yep, I do. So the next one that needs to be stuck down is this red one. That needs to go down before this field note. About there, I would say. Hang on, where's that coming to? That's coming to there, and I'd quite like that. I have to shift that down. Yeah, about there. Yeah, I think so. I think that's it. So let's get this stuck on next. So I'm just, as always, trying to avoid my straight lines, continuing them on, because then your eye sees that and it doesn't bother looking for anything else. So I want that behind there and about to there. Yeah, that's fine. Happy with that. Get it straight, I'd be happier. That's it. And that's going to go on there, and there's no straight edges. It's stepping out beyond that black, inside that red, over this. Yeah, excellent. Let's get that stuck down. Stressful, this, isn't it? Stressful. That's as low as I can get that. That's as low as I can go. Oh, no, no, no. That goes over my... Ooh. That was close. I'll take that off completely. It goes over this. Phew, nearly got that wrong there. Just remembered in the nick of time. Pretty sure this goes on next. Flying by the seat of my pants is an expression that comes to mind. So, want that over, but not all the way over the lace. I want to still be able to see it, and I don't want it level with that or level with that, so I'm quite happy with that there. Yeah, that's fine. That's gluey from where I stuck the thing down incorrectly, so let's get this stuck on correctly now. So it's going to cover all this, which is a very busy area here, which I could do without. So I'm putting this on to kind of rectify that problem. Oh, I'm going to have to come down a bit. I didn't want to, but I'm going to have to. There we go. Now I'm going to have to put one of my... I had one there. I had one there. But I want to kind of cover that up if I can. So maybe that's going to have to go there. And then this one over here. Yeah, quite like that. That's okay. That's okay. Stop worrying, get it stuck down. Just catching the bottom of the field notes label and just up above that layer. Yeah, it's fine. And then here, I don't like this because I've got two separate bits, so I'm going to join them with this little label here. Tie them together. So that's fine now. That's okay. Yeah, and then this one's going over there. So it's coming off the lace. I'm stepping it outside the lace. Just about there. There we go. Right. Yes, I like that. It's nice. All we need now is to work out where to put the... what colour and where to put the flowers really. But so far so good. It's not a bad collage. There's something here that I'm not particularly fond of, but hey ho. Something to work on for another day. Right, so let's try the black ones first, see what they look like. I quite like those. The red's going to have to be very nice to beat them. I think they look nice. Yes, I do. Let's put those there, and let's try the same ones but in red. So that one would be like that. See, the red's just too blooming red. I could knock it back with the vintage photo, but let's just see what we've got. And that. I think that's too much red. You can't even notice these actually, because your eyes suddenly, because we've put that on, all the other reds on the page have become electric, and there's too much red on there. So sorry lads, you'll have to go back in the box, wait for your turn another day, and I'm going to go with the black. So I'm just going to have that like that. I'm not going to have it coming out the top or anything. I like it where it is, and that's going to come down to there. Yeah, that's great. I'm going to pause you there while I stick these down, because it is the most tedious thing in the world sticking these. So see you in a sec. Right, so the only thing that I feel I haven't achieved, I don't even know where my prompts are here. Let's just go through them. Die cut, yes. Flowers, very definitely. Numbers, there's numbers all over the place. Words, there are words on here. That's a word, for example. That's a word that we've stamped. Field notes is a word. And lace, which we've definitely got here. But I'm wondering if the words is a bit underrepresented. You know, if I'm taking the easy way out by just using what's in the background. So, although field notes is definitely words, but I've got out my, you know, this Timmy thing. Can't remember what it's called now. It's called Small Talk. And I did have a look before to see, yeah, kind of like Never Give Up, because I really did feel like giving up, and Stay Simple. So I'm not sure which of those I like the best. Maybe Never Give Up. I think that's quite appropriate. I couldn't tell you how old these things are. They came to me second hand, so I'm thinking that I need to glue them as well as just stick them. So I'm thinking there. I think there is a good place. But what I'm going to do first is just rub over them with a bit of vintage photo, because the letters are stark white and I find them quite annoying. And put a bit of glue on the back. They feel very sticky, but I wouldn't like to bet the house on it. I'm just going to pop that there. Like that. Yeah. Now I feel words are not underrepresented. We've given them a place of their own. So that, guys, I think is about that. I'll leave that there for those of you that haven't got the prompts down. I quite like it, actually, when it's finished, when it's all together and inked. Such a difference inking makes, in my mind. And I like the flowers being black. If anything, they're picking up on this lace, which is not a bad thing. And there is an awful lot of red in there, but we've dulled it down as much as I could, really, with black. So I'm really interested to see what you come up with if you're using this background, because I found it difficult, you know, not to beat around the bush. I did. It really was a head scratcher for me. So there you go, guys. That is our premiere over for is this week 3? Yeah, for week 3. So next week I need to be cracking on with Bob. He's been a bit quiet this week. He's been away on holiday. Shall we say, yeah, Bob's been on holiday. But he's there in his box, just waiting for me to pick it up. It's just taking rather longer to record the premiere than I had anticipated. You never know. By the time you see this, I might have done another one. So I shall see you through the week. Thanks for joining me, and I look forward to next week. Bye for now, guys. Bye.
Bye.